So you have all the power in this situation and with everything just by working with love. You have all the understanding. Whenever I don't understand something, just like we sat here, I said, okay, God, what's the God's honest truth of this? What's the God's honest truth of that? I need to know and understand it so I can not only understand it for myself, but so I can help you and others. Do you see? So my mission must be pure as well to get to these answers for people.
Yeah.
Do you see? And that's why what we do is so important, because it's how you're going to also live your greatest life. Do you see? Okay, so your mom can heal herself. She is young. She's not too far gone.
No,
that's her beliefs about Earth World and the way things are. And in her space, because she's not over here working with God 24/7, eat, breathing, living that, she believes that this is the way it is. That's not a sin, but you are more advanced than her naturally and are aware of that. And that's why she didn't mesh with you. Do you understand that? That's why you didn't believe it, because you know different. When people come to me and they're like, all we have is the now, that's our everything. And I'm like, no. I'm like, the now is part of everything, but that is not all we have. And I'll literally tell people when they start getting on their soapbox, I'm like, no. I don't believe you. And it's okay if you believe that. Bye. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to employ that. Sometimes you'll employ and you'll sit there because you got the time, because it's also about your learning in a different way. This is about your learning about how mediums are, right? And psychics are, how they do things, because each person is still a person within being a psychic or a medium. And they're not gods, they're people. All right. And they work in the love energy space that they are in within themselves and with all that is. Okay. Yeah. So this is all about her belief systems as well. All right. So you have to feel, and this is why what Spirit teaches through me is so important. Ask God, is this the best thing for me to do? And it was, though, because you also learned so much for her, because in the future, you're going to be a world-class medium if you want that. Because being a medium isn't just talking to dead people. It's being able to get the answers that are the God's honest truth for people, as well as being able to help them heal. Because if somebody fucking blows a shit fit at you, how are you going to handle that? You have to know how to handle that. And I don't have no fucking degrees in psychology, not in this lifetime, all right? I just have God. I ask God to handle this. I ask love to handle this. Do you see? Yeah. That's how I do everything. I don't have to know shit about shit. I don't have to have 75,000 degrees. I just have to be this guy. And I know that, and you know that. So you will take these gifts if you are wise, and this is your destiny, and you choose from love, and you keep working with Spirit, and you will be amazing. I see books for you to write. I see public speaking. I see ticketed events. I see you doing YouTube. I see you doing social media, helping the people. All the things that you see me doing, I see for you, but in your special way. That is you. Do you see? And you're going to help so many people, because not everybody, but so many people think death and dying and it's the end. Or you get a variation of different belief systems about death through different mediums. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if you went to 2 or 3 other people as experimental. Do you see what I'm saying? To learn how you want to be and don't want to be, and learn more about what the truth is. And then I feel like you will take those experiences, and you'll ping them off of what I tell you, and what you feel, most importantly, in your heart. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You'll probably listen to this tape several times, because there's so much fucking slam-packed information in here. Do you see it? Yeah. Yeah. So this is great. This is great for you. Save this tape. Anything you can do with me, if you want to tape the classes, do, because this will help you into the future for years to come. And I'm not saying that it has nothing to do with ego. It has everything to do with the space that we're in. Like that psychic was in this, or medium was in this God space. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you're in this one. And as you grow and open up, you'll be able to understand more on this tape, which is one of the issues that we had over here with her. Remember, I said you weren't open, but 5 minutes after the appointment, you could have been, and were by that evening. And then the next day you came to see me or whatever, and then everything changed. Mm-hmm. Then you made the appointment with Spirit through me. Do you see what I'm talking about? Yeah. And it was all part of the journey. Everything that was supposed to happen, happened. So whether you realize that or not, and I don't feel like you do. Yeah. Okay. That was part of your learning? Mm-hmm. Okay. But I don't feel like in the moment you were realizing that. No. That's why I was saying, I don't really feel like you realized that. No, in the moment you did. But now we're giving you much more understanding. But again, all that I'm telling you here, you can be this big, or you can be as big as all that is. In other words, you can live your entire dreams way beyond your expectations. But you must be in this God space, or you're never going to be able to do it. infinitely. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And happily in all ways, because that's the key to everything that is God, is love, because that's what it is. Do you see? And the more we practice and be that, the more greater the lives we lead. Even if you are this big, you're still helping people. You decide how big you want to go. Not everybody wants to be publicly known or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody has a different mission, and doesn't mean that one is better than the other. We're all part of the same whole. This girl is good over here, right? For the very things that you learned from her. Do you see? Yeah. So that's a good thing. But we can say, oh, fuck that and fuck her. Now, it may not be, and I don't feel like you'll ever go back to her again, and you'll never probably recommend her, right? But you got what you needed from that. But you may recommend her if somebody comes to you and they're not ready for how you teach. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm teaching a lot of shit right here, right now. And a lot of people couldn't wrap their heads around what the hell I'm saying. But you can. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Because you're wise and you're ready. Because it's not just about knowing in your soul. You got to be open. And that's also what part of that lesson was. You weren't open. What a big difference when you're open, right?
Yeah.
And if you want to, you can go back to her and just let her do the same thing. But I wouldn't recommend it, especially right now, because she's still seeing it in that way. Does that make sense? So you're not going to get anything new out of it that she hasn't already told you, because it's too soon.
Mm-hmm.
You see? Maybe 6 or 8 months from now, you could go back, or you could have somebody else go back and listen to the tape and see, just to get some learning for you. But I recommend mostly that you would go for you if you do choose to go. I don't think it's necessary, but if you wanted to, and your soul may change that. It feels like 23 to 27 to 57%, you may go back to her, but it's only because you want to see the differences between now that you're in a different God space and what you were in. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to see how the energy flows differently as well. Ask different questions. Do you want to work with her or not? You know what I mean? So this is all part of your assessing, but you may just go to another psychic or medium and do that with them. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you have lots of options of what you want to do. There is no wrong. It's what your soul feels. Or you may just do this work with spirit through me. You feel what's best for you. And there's no wrong. And sometimes people may want to learn about, let's say, homeopathic or Reiki or something. They might go to another teacher here or another teacher somewhere else. There's never any wrong. God is infinite. So whatever your dreams are, that's what is special and important for you, and that's what matters. Do you see? Mm-hmm. And then from that space of love authentically doing for you, it changes everything else out here, and we all come together from love, and then we change the world within that space simultaneously at the same time. See what I'm saying? Neat shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what else? Anything else with her with this? Because we said we had a couple more things.
She told me that my older sister, who is not passed on, thinks that I'm judgmental.
Okay. What do you feel about that? I think everybody's judgmental to some degree. But go ahead.
She said, basically, she's like, you're trying to help her, but it's coming off as judgmental. Where you're like, I'll be like, because she is an addict. Like, hey, like, come to a meeting, like. And she said that she's envious of what I'm going through, but that she also can't be helped.
The best example is what you do.
Yeah.
You understand this? How you will heal everybody in your family or help to get them in a different God space is by working on you. Because your light, just like when you go into that space down there, your light raises the ship above the water. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's how you would start to help them. Just by you going on this mission, lightens them, protects them, helps them. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when she says judgmental, we all have shit to work on. Judgmental is just part of that. Yeah. You know what I mean? We all have stuff to work on. So when you say that, or when she says that, so in that way it's truth, but it's not an end all be all, I don't feel. And also there's a balance here of you hurting. Do you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. You hurting, and you're working things out within you, and she's working things out in you. As you heal yourselves, you will change your perspectives. Mm-hmm. Do you see what I'm saying? Because that's all about love and being in a different space of love. Okay. Yeah. So, and your sister too can have help and get help. All right. But just by being in your energy is the start of all this. It's no accident. Have you always been the black sheep in your family?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. That's right, baby. Because you are there